guys, I'm Aveline and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building a tiny house, and for this house I wanted to do something different. So not just build a tiny house in Newcrest, but something just a little bit different. I did follow the tile limits, so this is under 64 tiles. It is technically a tiny house. The house itself is smaller than that though, because there's quite a lot of outdoor space, at least in my opinion. There's a big, whatever you want to call that, a terrace, I suppose. So the house itself is really, really small, but the Sims living in this house or who's going to visit this house, because you could technically use this as a residential, so you could use it as a home, but you could also just use it as a rental. But the Sims living in this house, sleeping in this house, should have everything they should need, so we're all good. They have a proper bathroom, a proper kitchen, and then also not really a living room, but they have a bedroom slash office, but that's all I could fit into the house. However, it should be fine for gameplay purposes and such. So, but yeah, that is what we're doing today, and we're building this in Granite Falls on a 30 by 20. It is for either 1 or 2 Sims, and like I said, you could move this to, I don't know, Windenburg perhaps, or some other place where this would fit in. You might want to change a couple of the trees if you do move it to, let's say, Brindleton Bay, for example, because I used some of the evergreens, and I don't think there's a lot of evergreens in Brindleton Bay, so it might look a little bit out of place. But for Windenburg, it should be just fine. And also the style that we're going for the interior is sort of, I want to call it light rustic bohemian, sort of. So you'll see it in just a little bit, but I really wanted to kind of make this cottage, tiny house, whatever, tree house a little bit different. So yeah, I hope you guys like it though. And I do realize that shape-wise, it does remind me a bit about, I have a hair on my lip. Sorry, I don't know if you could hear that. I was trying to remove it while I was talking. Anyways, why would you be able to hear the hair? That's whatever, moving on. So I do realize that the shape does remind me a little bit about the tiny mountain retreat that I did about a month ago or so, but tiny houses are different to, it's different to do a lot, like you can't do a lot with the shape because it's a tiny house. You have a limited amount of tiles to work with. And yeah, anyways, I did end up changing the roofing so it looks a lot less like it. But it's still a tree house. It's not a cliffside home or a mountain home or whatever. It's a tree house. So also the tree, if you're wondering, because it's not from the normal catalog, it's from the World Objects catalog. So if you're curious about how you get access to those items, the World Objects catalog, you can use the cheats that I've written in the description. And I think this tree is possibly from Outdoor Retreat, or it comes with Outdoor Retreat. I'm not really sure though. It just looks like, it looks like a lot of the trees around this lot. It's really, really tall. I had to size it down twice because otherwise you could not see the top, and also the, oh, I don't know what that's called. The base of the tree, whatever, was too thick, so it couldn't fit into one tile, and that meant, you know, I had to make the little hole that I did in the terrace bigger, and I felt like that would take up way too much space, so I just decided to size it down a couple of times, but now it fits in perfectly. We're also using terrain tools today just to add a little bit of, I don't know, natural shape to the ground or whatever, to the lot. I don't really know how to explain that. Just wanted it to look like it would fit in to this area. But again, you can move it to some of the other worlds that we have access to as well if you want to. But yeah, because I do want you guys to be able to use this as a residential, so it's not just a rental. I completely agree with those of you who feel like it's really annoying that Granite Falls, because it's such a beautiful world. I would love for Granite Falls if you could be able to live there and not just go on vacation there, you know? That would be amazing. I do realize that you can get mods for it, but I don't use mods, so it is what it is. I don't use mods because, especially for building, because I want to make sure that everyone can use the builds that I use or that I make, at least if you have the packs. And if you don't have the packs, you can still download the builds and the game will replace some of the items that you're missing. So, but it's also because console players don't have access to mods or CC, so I just prefer to not use either, and I hope that's understandable, but I do know that those mods exist, so Anyways, we are on lockdown day 25, I think, or 26. It's 25 or 26 by now. My mom and my brother are coming over to have dinner with me tonight. I think we're gonna order pizza, which I'm looking forward to. I hope that they're not gonna come over and then say, hey, we don't want pizza, because now I've been looking forward to pizza since I don't know, Friday or so. I really want pizza. So if they're not up for pizza, I'm gonna convince them to have pizza with me. But that's basically the weekly visit that I get. It's from my mom and my brother. So I'm really looking forward to that pizza though, I'm just saying. But other than that, no updates from here, nothing new. It's the same day in, day out. Okay, that's not true. I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing lately. I also mentioned this in yesterday's video, but I just can't. As soon as I pick up the Switch, I can't put it down unless it runs out of battery. It's that addictive. Like, it's terrible. I should not be playing it because I just can't let it go. But it's so cute, and I finally got around to doing stuff with my city, or my island, I should call it. So I'm kind of trying to plan it and put down some paths and stuff. I finally moved on to downloading stuff from other people as well. So there's a lot of stuff to dig into, and it's just a lot of fun and very, very addictive, unfortunately. I wish I was better at controlling it. It might just be me. Like, I might just have issues. I feel the same when I play Stardew Valley, which is why I don't play it a lot. As soon as I pick up the Switch and I play Stardew Valley, I can't put it down because I just keep telling myself, okay, you can just do one more day. And one more day for me is like 20 minutes of gameplay, which is a lot. So, and you can't put it down because you need to fulfill the entire day because otherwise you can't save. So that's Stardew Valley. And it's the same with Animal Crossing, but it might just be me who's really bad at telling myself to stop playing and just stop playing. But yeah, I have issues apparently. Also, I want to point out, in case you hadn't checked or something, there is currently a sale on the Nintendo eShop. Just Dance, for example, is on sale. I think it's 60% off. I'm kind of tempted to buy it just because I miss going to the gym, and I feel like Just Dance would kind of help me exercise a bit at home. I'm not really sure though, but there's a sale currently, so for those of you who hadn't noticed, and no, Animal Crossing is not on sale because it's completely new. It came out here in March, so they wouldn't put that on sale just yet. But there's a sale, so if you've been waiting for a certain Nintendo game to go on sale, you might want to go have a look at it right now and see if it's actually cheaper than it usually is, because Nintendo games tend to be kind of, let's face it, kind of expensive. So anyways, we have moved on to the interior of the house, and this is the kitchen slash dining room. So I want to point out, as you could probably see from the title, this is for a writer. And you could technically both have a writer and an artist living in this house, because there's a lot of, it's a very, I want to say that the interior is definitely for creative people or for creative Sims. There's something about Bohemian to me that just screams creativity. I don't really know why, but my brain just goes there. But there's an easel outside as well, so you could technically have both a writer and an artist living in this house if you want to, but you could have both. So I just mainly had the writer in mind when I decorated the house, but there is room for both. Or they both have the proper skill leveling items for their careers to work and stuff. Hopefully that makes some sort of sense. Anyways, there's also room for a cat in this house, actually, because I did put in a pet bed in the bedroom, plus a cat scratching tree. And there's also a litter box here in the bathroom, as you can see right there. Everything should work. I did play test the important things, which means all the gameplay things, I did play test them, so they should work just fine. So both the dresser, the bed, the computer, and everything here in the bathroom, and also the kitchen and stuff, so it should be okay. I never mentioned this in my videos, by the way, but if you do download this and you want to place it down on a lot, you have to remember to activate bb.moveobjects on, because otherwise a lot of the items will either disappear or they'll not be where they're supposed to be. They'll be blocking something or something else. So just a little heads up, always activate bb.moveobjects on when you place down my builds. It's because I don't place the items or the furniture on the grid. They don't snap onto items either, so they're kind of technically levitating in the air. For example, here in a bit you'll see me place down it's suitcases with books on top. The item is from Cats and Dogs, but it's just supposed to be decor. It's not a table or anything like that. Your Sims can't sit on it normally because it's not a chair either. You'll see the item just here in a little bit, that one. So I use it as a table by using this red shelf, and because I use that, the items are not technically standing on the books. They're not technically placed on the books. They're technically floating in the air. So if you don't use bb.moveobjects on, those items will not be floating in the air. And also every item that I place technically too close together, so if you do place them on the grid and you also don't have bb.moveobjects on, the items can't get this close together, but it's a lot easier to decorate tiny houses in particular when you have that code or that cheat code activated and you also use Alt when you place down items. But because of that, if you don't have it on when you place down the build, a lot of the items won't appear because they're technically too close together and it becomes an issue. I hope that makes some sort of sense. Just remember to activate that code when you place it down. And that counts for both PC, Mac, and also consoles. I suppose a lot of you guys already know about this, but I've gotten quite a lot of comments over the past couple of weeks from people saying that either something hasn't been working where I know I've play tested it and it should be working. So I just wanted to make sure that you activate that code before you place down any of my builds. But anyways, that was about it for technical talk today, I think. I don't even know if I made any sort of sense right there, but I hope that it helps some of you guys at least. I think next week I'm probably gonna try to upload 5 times, but I won't promise anything. So I think the first upload will be Tuesday, then Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've kind of been skipping over Saturdays lately, and I'm gonna be completely brutally honest and say that it's partially because of Animal Crossing, but also I got a little bit of an annoying comment Friday that just kind of demotivated me, so I didn't really feel like it. I've talked about this before, but usually negative comments don't really get to me. I think the self-isolation and everything that's going on in the world has made me a little bit more, I don't know how to say it, but I get affected by those comments more than I would normally. So I'm gonna delete them from now on just because I know that they're gonna bother me if I don't. Usually I wouldn't, but for like right now with everything that's going on, I feel like it's best for myself if I do. So yeah, I think I'll do that from now on, just for a little while until I feel a little bit better. But it just kind of, it really demotivated me to build something for Saturday, so I decided to just take the evening off and play Animal Crossing. If any of you are curious, by the way, and you didn't watch the last video, I did put my friend code, is that what it's called? My Nintendo friend code in a pinned comment at the top of the comment section. I'll do the same for this one in case you play the game and you want to add me so we can visit each other and stuff, send each other presents. I love doing that. I've been sending a few of my friends quite a lot of presents lately. They send me stuff back, by the way. It's very nice. Plus you can visit each other's stores and stuff, and every store has different items depending on the day. So your store today will not have the same as my store, which is awesome, which means that you get access to a lot more if you have friends and stuff that you can visit. So yeah, I'm gonna add my friend code as well, or again in a pinned comment at the top of the comment section. So if you want to add me, you can. You don't have to, I'm just saying, but you can. But yeah, we're pretty much about done with the build. Sorry that I wasn't talking about it a lot today. I just felt like talking about a few other things, apparently. We're doing a little bit of terrain painting now. I wanted to make it look a little bit more realistic, so I've been layering terrain paints throughout the landscaping here and just adding a lot of plants. I kind of wanted there to be, not around the pond, but the landscaping around the rest of the lot. I wanted to match the flowers that are on the house, and they're lilac or lavender purple-ish. So I used some purple grass and also some purple bushes in the landscaping. And I thought it would be super cute if I have fairy lights here along the pathway up into the house or up to the house, but it hit me, and this is a YouTuber thing. So I know it's super annoying and technically I shouldn't care, But I realized that the lights would be blocking the house if I had to take a thumbnail screenshot, so I had to leave the lights out. However, I'm gonna keep that idea for a future build because I think it would look really cute if the pathway up to the house or the pathway to the house had fairy lights along it. I don't know. I love fairy lights. I love light bulb chains. I love the lanterns that we got from Seasons as well, so I think it would just look really cute. And then the last thing that we're doing is decorating the patio up here, or the terrace, whatever you want to call this area. There is a dining table or just a table where they can sit and lounge or talk or whatever, and then also two chairs, and that's about it actually. So if you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT. You can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. If you have any specific households that you want me to make houses for, so households with stories or households, families that aren't, you know, the classic family, the classic kind of family, let me know in the comments section. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!
Oh baby, when you hold me, I rather lose my senses than be lonely. 'Cause baby, when you touch me, I feel holy. Oh, nothing in the world will kill me as long as I got you. Oh baby, as long as I got you. Oh baby, baby, as long as you want me to. As long as I got you, you. As long as I got you. We face the dark like if we weren't scared. Close to each other's backs without no fear.